And then I had to get up on stage and preach in a Bob the Builder outfit. It was really sad. Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of NVLife at Home. It's Adrian here again with Heather. We're going to have another parenting conversation with you guys, kind of a follow-up to what we were doing before. I think we got a great response to that and just really want to continue this and move forward having different conversations with parent to parent on how we deal with life. Let's do a little follow-up on the whole school aspect of it. How are you doing with that as an educator and as a parent?
Today was our first day. We had 2 weeks of spring break.
Right.
So we had the first week that we were all out, and then we had 2 weeks of spring break, and then today was our first day of distance learning using Google Classroom.
Right.
So, and not just using the Google Classroom, but for me, but also for my daughter.
Right.
And so, as we were talking about earlier, and you all probably think this is kind of funny, but I'm sitting here getting my class and my kids and saying hello to them and all this other stuff, and my child's over here every so often, Mom, I need your help, Mom.
Right.
And I'm sitting here going, no, not right now, because I'm trying to get my kids just have patience, just stop. And she's probably over there like, no, Mom, you have patience, because I was losing it. And it was just, but I think it's just one of those moments. It's going to be a growing experience as we go through this. And it was just day one, so there are going to be hiccups and all of that.
Absolutely, and it's funny, same story. I'm sure every parent out there could echo that story, except we being educators are on the other side of it. I was in classroom today with students, and I see my daughter wandering through the backyard doing cartwheels, chasing the dog at a time I know she is supposed to be logged into class.
Right.
So I can't pause, pound on the window, say all the things as a good parent I want to say to her, like, what is your problem? Get your butt back up on the computer.
Right.
So eventually she wanders back in, and I do the dad look at her, and she looks at the clock and like freaks out and jumps back on the
Right.
Google chat. So yeah, it's tough, and I think a learning curve, that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
I think with everything that we're going through, a learning curve seems to be something we should all be very accustomed to.
Right.
So,
But it was funny because today Bella was looking at all her assignments. They all popped up. And I leave to go do something, like get a drink or something, and come back to the table. But then when I look over and checking on her to see what she's doing, she's messaging her teacher, asking her teacher, do I have to do all this work? Like, yes, you have to do this work. Like, what are you doing? And send? And it's like, no! Like, that is, you're a teacher's child. Don't be trying to get out of doing this work.
right, you want to support them, say, I applaud you communicating with your teacher. That's wonderful.
Right.
But let's think about what we're asking.
Yeah.
Same type of thing. So what about as an educator? What about on that side of it? Right now, talk a little bit about how you're feeling and how parents at home can kind of have a better understanding of our perspective on it.
Wow. Well, I think overwhelmed a little bit is a good way to put how I feel about the whole situation, and also a little bit of frustration, just because we want our kids to succeed, and we missed being in the classroom. Like, staring at a screen is not the way I envision teaching at all, and so, but it's something that we have to do right now. And I think as a teacher, that overwhelm of, am I going to do this right?
Yeah.
I know that I can't take grades. I know that I can't give a report card. I know that we can't have all those last moments that we would have during a school year, and also building our community that we worked so hard all year to build, and now it's like kind of starting back over of having to rebuild that a little. So I'm frustrated there. I'm overwhelmed with making sure that I'm providing them content that is going to help them grow and succeed and continue with what we've done. I can't teach new content,
Right.
but I can review the old stuff with them with math. And I think, having fun now with the science, getting them to do some research projects and stuff like that. And I think if our families could just be very gracious to the teachers that are out there, because if I know I am not the only teacher feeling this. I have teacher friends who have been doing this now for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and they said it's still frustrating now as it was when they on day one. So, pray for our teachers, because we are going through a newness of how to teach our kids the best way that we can, because for a lot of us, like myself, it's been a calling to teach since I was in second grade. And so not being there is one of also like really disturbing.
Yeah, it is. And it's great the way you said it too. And we're distance learning as well as we go through these projects, because we talked earlier, the schedule we thought was in place changes, and we're constantly waiting for the approval to go forward and to do those types of things. So we're bound up by technology. One of my daughter's classes today, the teacher inadvertently didn't connect the link. So at time all the students couldn't connect into it. She's learning, the teacher's learning, we're all learning. And so it's as hard as it is for parents at home. I think to some degree it's a little bit harder for us because we're at home. We're balancing the parent side as well as the teacher side. But we're trying to do, and you also said it really well, it's a calling to do this job is a labor of love, because it's a lot of hard work, but at the same time, and I love the way you said it, we don't want to fail. We know the implications that we put on ourselves for that we're responsible for these students and for their education. And so not being able to hold them to standards or expectations is tough, because we want to ensure that we're doing the best that we can do. So all right, so outside of the school and those types of things, what are some other ways that we can continue to connect as families and kind of break the cycle of the new reality, of the new normal, to come back together and connect and make sure that we're doing that as well?
Well, I know for us, so a couple weeks ago, I went out and bought a Nerf gun for my daughter.
Very cool.
And so it came with 2, and then next thing you know, my husband comes in with another Nerf gun, and so
Bigger than both of yours?
Bigger than both of ours.
We have to.
And cracked the door open, and he's making it fun, right? And so cracks the door open and says, you have 10 seconds to go find your Nerf guns before I come in. And so it just kind of took that fun into our day and just brought us together that way. Something silly as a Nerf gun, and just putting your devices down, having those dinners together. And I think that now a lot of our families are eating more together and having better conversations than they did before. And so, and I want to encourage families to continue doing that.
Absolutely. And I think with that too, at times we feel like, because it may be new or maybe something we haven't done for a while, where the family dinners where it's awkward. What do I talk about? How do we start a conversation? It used to be the easy one, right? How was your day at school? Granted, we got the standard fine, whatever, those types of things, but you were at least trying to find common ground, where now we're all in the same house together.
Well, we do a rose and a thorn.
Okay.
So what was your rose for the day? Something that was great today. And what was your thorn? Something that kind of, didn't sit well with you today. And we can also throw in theirs of things of, how did you see God work today? And bringing that to the table as well. And
that's awesome. Those are such great points to have. And I think for me, at least, because we do something similar, we talk about that. And teachers are utilizing that too. We use that in our classroom today. Hey guys, and again, it's a great way to break the tension. But I think for me, being able to sit in a room with a teenager and an almost teenager or a preteen, and hear at times that their thorn for the day was how I responded to something. And being able to sit there and say, okay, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry. Dad was stressed. I didn't handle that the best way. I didn't respond in that best way, but I appreciate that, and I'm going to ask for your forgiveness. And then being able to have that vulnerability and showing with our kids, we don't need to put on this front like everything's fine. I got this is fine. And then when the kids go out into the rooms or do something, hide and play, and we're in the kitchen going, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, I'm not going to make it. I think to some degree to help our kids be able to cope with a situation like this is allowing them to see us vulnerable and see us make mistakes and then own them. And have that part too.
Exactly.
All right, you guys, again, keep at it. We know this is tough. If you want prayer or need specific prayer, please email it into us. We'd love to pray for you guys throughout the week and the day, whatever it is that you need. And again, thanks for a great conversation.
Thank
you.
We
look forward to doing more of these for you guys. We'll talk to you soon.